If you're bored on this character, start a new one. I'm sure we will happily watch. Some people will, and some people would be fine with that, but there are people who are like, I want to see like a late game character dealing with huge hordes. And although I personally don't enjoy the end game of Cataclysm, I get that some people do. So I usually what happens is I end up disliking a character and wanting to move on, and then I spend like another couple weeks playing it until I'm finally ready and just quit and say like, hey, we're gonna roll a new character. So for now we're okay. We'll push on for a little while longer. We're not even that deep into the game. It's not even summertime yet, but we'll see. I once accidentally ate it. Oh, the panacea. Yeah, as far as I know, it will cure most ailments, kind of like the old royal jelly did. So if you're looking for, oh, I have an infection, I need it to be, I don't have antibiotics or whatever, that'll do. I think it cures a whole host of things, so pretty good to have. I don't know if I'll ever use it. I'll probably just forget that I have it, but and again, very rare, not something I see all the time. We did get another medicine book, which is interesting. I didn't really know there was a high tier medicine book. I thought it stopped at 6. So we'll have to take a look at that book. Although with them implementing new books, I do think they were expanded considerably. So maybe there is an easy way to raise first aid a lot higher. I don't know. You hear whack. Yeah, keep smacking the walls, buddy. You're definitely making progress. I think we've mostly explored this floor at this point. Um, we probably should go back up and read some more. I really didn't want to spend all episode reading though. Let's head up. Very hungry again. Still at normal weight despite our calorie consumption. 2, 3. Eat a lot of food. Eat some random other stuff as well to fill us up. Meat. That's right, we didn't have very much. Look for chicken. Sure, we have cans of chicken here somewhere. Eat some chicken. Great. And why don't we read the books we just picked up to see what their skill levels are? Put down. I need it to not be an infection. I mean, it helps with that. In general, you should just be able to avoid infection. If you treat your wounds properly and you don't constantly like as long as you treat your deep bite wounds, the odds of you getting an infection are basically zero unless you start with one. And I would not recommend doing any of the scenarios where you start with an infection. They're like the most RNG heavy. I mean, if you enjoy it, you should do it. But I don't enjoy those at all because you start infected and it's a real crapshoot on whether you can find what you need in time or not. Plus, currently and really historically, recovering from an infection in Cataclysm is like almost literally torture. Like, you can't, for a long time, you couldn't move, you couldn't do anything, you would wake up constantly and you wouldn't be able to pass time. It is better now, but it's still not a fun experience. So I'd, in general, recommend avoiding that if you're able. So, this emergency care book takes first aid to 8. I mean, we could read that, see how much that improves our medical situation, our CBM installation, but I don't really want to keep reading. Reading is boring. First aid. Oh. I swear I got infected by picking a red poppy. Is that a thing? Um, when you go to pick a poppy, I believe it gives you a warning message or says something about like, are you sure? Could be dangerous or something. I don't know what the ramifications of that is, but possibly it's. I don't think it would infect you though. Usually infections are a result of deep bite wounds that don't get treated, but I guess I don't really know what the 100% what the causes are. Back to being very hungry, still normal weight. Horse, food place. We're running out of food place food, which is our highest calorie food. So I'm a little worried about what's going to happen to us over the course of the next few next few days as we run out of those. So see what happens. Head back down. Can't climb here. Yeah, go down. Activate the MP3 player. Go back to reading. That is not the reading menu. What are you doing? Read the advanced emergency care. Too complex for you to easily understand. It will take longer to read. Yeah, no surprise. It was a bit quiet today. I'm going to sleep. Have a good night. Yeah, peace out. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know how much longer we're going to stream, to be perfectly honest. I do have other things to do. The next week or so, I'm going to be a little occupied. We might end up dropping a day from the stream next week, but I'm not sure which day it's going to be. I have some things I need to take care of. So, you know, just trying to make time, trying to stream more, but there's always something that needs done, you know. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you sometime in the future. Ooh, what else to talk about? I talked about my writing. So, you know, I feel bad. So I wrote this novel like 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I did not realize how much I had ripped off this other thing. But reading it made me feel really bad. Like, I thought I had done a good job, and then when I read it, I was like, this is very similar to that other thing, and I'm not as good as I thought I was at writing. So I'm hoping that as I push forward in the other chapters, it will be a little bit more pleasant and a little bit less. It's not plagiarized or anything, but it's like very, very similar. That first chapter is. So I'm hoping as I progress into the story, I'll be like, you know, it was just that first chapter, no big deal. And I'm kind of embarrassed that I'm like looking back and seeing that I had done that because I don't. I normally have. I mean, I believe that when you're a writer, you should like watch other things, you should read other books because it influences your own writing. But I don't think I've ever really just been so close to another property before. I feel really bad about it, and I don't know how much of it I can actually change without ruining other parts of the story. So don't know what to do about that. Not having a great time with that. Feeling embarrassed. It's one of the reasons I haven't shared it with anyone. It's because I'm a little bit like, you know, if someone called you out and was like, "Hey, this is very similar to this other thing," I would feel pretty not great. Let's check our calorie storage again. Info, game state. Yes. I don't understand 4,000 calories. So each number refers to 5 minutes. What number? Oh, the moderate exercise versus light. Each of these tallies is a 5 minute interval. Okay. Um, that's fine. What confuses me is over the last 4 days, we've put, you know, 15,000 extra calories in our calorie storage, and we're still getting the calorie deficit messages. And that's, again, this is delayed by 2 days, so there are 2 more days on top of that. I don't know. I don't know why this is so difficult for us to get our calories back. Game, enable achievements. My throat feels very sore. Let's save. I'm gonna have another drink here. Maybe you just like that other thing. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, is that basically I watched something for the first time and was like really into it and was like, I should, you know, I should tell us. I wonder if I could take this and tell my own story that's like this. And like I said, it's mostly just that first chapter, and then after that it springs off into my own story, but like it's it's just unusual for me to have done something like that. That's not something I often do. Anyway, eat and drink. heating system sounds broken. It's just there are some issues at the moment, and I don't really understand what is the problem. Like I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm also like pretty sure I'm not actually doing anything wrong. I think it is just the game is a bit wonky at the moment with calories and stuff. And that's what people are telling me is like, you go on Discord, people are saying things like it's just not exactly working properly. Things are being treated as heavy exercise when they shouldn't be, that kind of stuff. I just don't know how impactful. It's just a bummer. I just wish it was not necessarily the way it used to be, but I do wish it was a little bit more clear in what I was doing wrong because I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, that should hopefully be addressed here in the near future. They're always working on things. Things are always improving. So whatever, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So what else? I'm currently reading. I want to say it's called Revival, the comic book series that was pitched to me as zombies but different. I don't know if that's an accurate statement or not. They're not really zombies, so I don't know what to make of that. I think it's called Revival. I have it on my phone, which I don't have within arm's reach. Um, I had gotten a humble bundle of just random comic books because like they do that sometimes, and it's not really worth the money because most of the time it's like garbage stuff that they just put in a bundle to sell. But I saw just a random bundle. Some of the covers of the comics looked good, so I was like, I'll check them out and see because I'd never heard of them. Mostly I was like, maybe some of them are good. Who knows? And I've been reading. I think it's called Revival. I really don't remember. Where's my keep the emergency care, save, and let's pull up the overlay while I look for what this comic is called because I feel like might be getting the name completely wrong. Maybe there's a synopsis. Revival comic. It is called Revival. Revival is an American horror science fiction comic series. Blah blah blah. That is about the authors. That has nothing to do with the story itself. One day in rural central Wisconsin, the dead come back to life. Now it's up to Officer Dana Cypress to deal with the media scrutiny, religious zealots, etc., etc. Yeah, so it's about this little town where people just came back to life, and it's pretty interesting. I wasn't super into it at first, but most comics that I try to read are pretty bad. So I just, in general, don't read a lot of comics. But I thought, it was a cheap bundle, and you see something new, try something new, why not? And I did, and I mostly like it so far. There's some weird cliffhangery spots that I don't really love, but whatever. The comics got a comic, right? They want people to come back every week or every however often. It's not new. It's an old comic. I don't like reading things or watching things weekly. So like I don't watch TV shows as they're being aired. I prefer to wait until they're over and then binge watch them because I really hate waiting for content. So like I feel the same way about comics, right? It's like, yeah, maybe they are putting them out every week or every month. I don't want to spend the next 3 years waiting on comics to come out. I would rather come back 3 years from now and just read as many as I want. You know what I mean? Like I don't like waiting for content. And then it's like doubly messed up currently because of the whole quarantine situation. So it's like even the movies that I was like looking forward to and stuff, they would rather save them for post quarantine rather than release them now, you know. It's actually a point of frustration for me because like when quarantine came, lots of bad things happened, right? Nobody likes to think about it. No one wants to talk about it. Lots of bad stuff has happened. When I was thinking about good things that could still happen, I was thinking like, oh, this is a real opportunity for like movie companies to start instead of doing theater releases, they can just release them online for a decent amount, like for, not like a rental price, but like actual movie ticket value. but I could watch it from the comfort of my own home as soon as it hits theaters, right? I thought like this could be a chance for the movie industry to kind of to evolve a little bit and bring that to people at home rather than you have to pay $20 to go to the movie theater and it doesn't hit video on demand for like another 4 months. So I was like, man, it's a real opportunity for them to kind of pivot into the future, evolve into a more technology friendly kind of situation. And of course, that they didn't do that and they don't want to do that, right? They recognize that they make more money by putting it in a theater. So most movies that were slated to come out this year, they're like, no, we're just going to hold off and we'll release everything once quarantine is over because we want your money. Because it's more important to us to take your money than it is to create a good, valuable product. And stuff like that really frustrates me. Completed the achievement 28 days later. So I guess we've been alive for 28 days, would be my guess. Survive for a season. At least one season from start of game. 8 weeks and 5 days remaining. Okay. Sure. We're nowhere near walking 500 miles. That's exciting. 28 days later, survive for a month. God, feels like we've been playing so much longer than that. Okay. And the rest of these we've had for a while. We actually don't have very many achievements. I don't know what most of these are. Kill no characters. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that, of course. We have killed 648 enemies. How about that? Anyway, let's eat and drink. So for me, it was like they're clearly putting money over producing the best product, and I'm a firm believer that the product should come first, and then the money will come later if you produce a good product. So it really frustrates me when I see companies do the exact opposite. We see it with game companies all the time. We talk about this all the time in Discord and online is like EA. EA's a bad one. Blizzard is a bad one. Bethesda's starting to become like this. Once you have shareholders, you're more focused on the money aspect rather than creating something like artistic and beautiful. So like, I was thinking about it the other day because I was thinking about my Xbox 360 collection. And one of the things I realized is that on the Xbox 360 there was like 12 or 13 Assassin's Creed games, and it's just ridiculous that like this company, instead of creating better and better games, they decided to churn out basically every year the exact same game with a very slightly different take on it. Some of them are pretty good. Like I really like Assassin's Creed 2, and like Black Flag was really enjoyable, but like most of those games excuse me, most of those games were just rehashes of the previous game, just doing it over and over and over. It's like instead of producing a product that you could be proud of, that you could say, I made this is art, whatever, you instead went the route of, well, I want your money, so I want you to buy something every year, so I'm going to keep producing what you've already bought so that you keep giving me money. And it's like, it makes sense from like a shareholder perspective where you're trying to please people by earning as much money as humanly possible. But from a gameplay perspective, from the perspective of I'm creating games for gamers, that's a horrible. I don't know. This is why I like indie games so much. I don't agree with these big decisions that they make, and it's never with the interest of the consumer in mind. They don't care about you as a game player. All they care about is you giving them $60 once a year and then possibly microtransactions online. Like I remember I bought Assassin's Creed 3. I was super psyched for a couple reasons. One, it had amazing reviews. It was a really cool looking game. You played as like, someone with Native American heritage, and it was like revolutionary times. I was really interested because like revolutions are like that time in America's history is not something that comes up in video games very often. Thought it would be really cool. And by and large I did enjoy the game, but then I got to like the ship missions in that game, and it had always online functionality. You had to go online to play that aspect of the game, and I was like, why would you do this? And then people told me that it was connected to the Ubisoft microtransaction stuff, and I was like, so it was about making sure I could see your shop and that I could buy things from you rather than providing a full gameplay experience for me as the player. And that kind of stuff really is disappointing. Murder, I need to sleep. See you next time. Have a good night and stay safe. Sure. Have a nice night. Thank you for coming by. I think we're going to wrap the stream pretty soon. I think I actually said that like 20 minutes ago, but for real though, we're going to wrap the stream before too much longer. I think we will drop the book and we will take another look at installing some CBMs since we leveled up again. We will try and we'll see what their percentages are. I'm sure I'll just be disappointed. And we'll do that. So let's go check it out. At least we have the metabolic interchange to recharge, but given the current calorie issues we were talking about, I don't even think that that's a good one for us, but it's what we're going to, probably what we're going to roll with here. Let's check this again. Choose bionic module. I don't have anesthetics, so it just doesn't even show me the information. That's real annoying and kind of dumb. You could still print what the percentages are, even if I don't have anesthesia in my inventory. We'll grab some anesthesia. Down we go. Watch some ads on the Mad Irishman's channel and then drop the bit back to him. I have no idea what that means, but good for you. I'm glad you supported someone through watching ads. I know everyone else completely ignores ads, so props for that. 58%. So wasn't it 60% before? Or 62%? Enhanced hearing was 40%. So raising a full level of first aid only reduced it by 4%. Honestly, I'm tempted to just save scum. I don't want to deal with this. I should just be able to plop these things into my body. I just want some CBMs. We're not going to save scum. But I'm also not going to sit here and grind these skills anymore. It's not worth my time. And I'm just frustrated that I can't get the fun stuff because of what I feel like is vaguely arbitrary numbers. So disappointing, but whatever. They don't have to cater to me, you know. I don't expect them to cater to me. It's just disappointing. Anyway, for affiliates, you can watch ads for bits. Okay, I think we did talk about that before. Watch the ad and then give them back to the person. We'll do that when you get on the level as well. I mean, whatever. You know, we'll get there eventually with the business thing. I've mentioned my hang-ups about the business on stream before. We have been talking about them a little bit in my therapy sessions because it's not just as simple. You know, I try to gloss over it and talk about like, oh, I'm uncomfortable taking money and blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot more to it than that. Stuff connected to my stepdad and growing up the way I did and has made me kind of weird relating to that stuff. So we've been talking about that in therapy a little bit. I'm hoping they can help me work through that because I really do want to move forward, but I feel like I'm stuck and blah, blah, etc. So no movement there at the moment, but hopefully in the future. Was there not a door here? Could have swore there was another doorway. Let's go down and peek the lower level. Flashlight, go down. Okay, no turret. How much colder is it here? Not colder at all? Why does it go up a floor? It's the same coldness? Yeah, but before I was very cold here. Why? Why is it not cold anymore? I'm wearing the exact same clothing. And it's like 3 in the morning, so it's not like sunlight or anything. Literally wearing the exact same clothing. Why was I so cold before? I wasn't wet. We had toweled off to test if it was the wetness that did it. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's go down. We'll keep exploring the lab, I guess. This is actually kind of a dangerous spot. Because if we get exposed to a turret around the corner or something, would be real bad. So let's cautiously make our way around here. Partially flooded all over. Another panacea? It's so odd after not seeing them for so long. Now I'm finding them. Does walking on sewage make you wet? It does. That's a bummer. Let's not walk through sewage in the future. Seems like a terrible thing to have soaked into your socks. Oh, and the fungus area of the lab. In general, I don't even like walking through those because I don't know the rules on what can infect you. So we're just gonna stay away from that. We will take more bandages though. And just try to explore some. Empty closet. Okay. Weird little hallway closet. Big old barracks. Big rooms make me nervous as well because big rooms can possibly have turrets on the other side of them that you just can't see yet. Looks like a CBM or mutagen closet. Could be really good for us. First aid kit. Be real careful. Been a while since I cleared a lab. Couple months, I think. I'm just trying to be real careful about everything I do. Don't want to get murdered. What are you? Multivitamin. Sure. First aid kit. Very good. Are you a CBM? Please be CBMs. You are a bionic vault. That's super good. I'm really surprised we found one. Let's turn off our flashlight. It is dark here. Smash this. So, once we go in here, there's most likely a turret inside. We will need to kill it, but we don't have light that'll go far enough to kill it because we can't put on the damn night vision CBM. So how do we illuminate it enough to kill it? We would have to blind fire at it and hope for the best, but our skills in firearms are bad. We do have EMP grenades. It's generally not worth it though. For such a small... We only have like one EMP grenade. Let's go up. Let's check our van. Maybe we have like a grenade somewhere I was missing. Because we can EMP the turret and get rid of the turret, but... EMP. But I would prefer using like an actual grenade. Although that might damage the CBMs. I don't know if that damages items or not. Autoclave. No, where's... Oh, weapons are in the corner. Grenade. We have a EMP grenade. A single an EMP grenade, I guess is how you would say that. Generates an electromagnetic pulse with a low inductance capacitor bank. Discharged into a single loop antenna. Ah, of course, yes. I totally understand what that means. Produces a mild electric shock cloud. Use this item to pull the pin and light the fuse, turning it into an active EMP grenade. Then have 3 turns before it detonates, creating an EMP field that damages robots and drains bionic energy. Well, fun fact, my bionic energy is 0. We did not pick up the grenade. EMP. Pick up the grenade. I do think the gun might be enough to kill the turret in one shot. Because it's a rifle caliber. Where's the damage? 59 is very good damage. We probably could just one-shot it if we could hit it in the dark. Let's find out. Do I still have the pickaxe? I do. Turn off the MP3 player because we're not reading. Head on down here. I think we'll give this a shot. This will probably be the last thing I think we do for the day, and then we'll call it once we get in the CBM closet. We go down. Where... There it is. Go down. And to the south. Okay. Let's quick save just in case something bugs out. We're going to pickaxe on the diagonal, I guess. On the diagonal. Hopefully we don't get any hostile detected messages when we get through. Everybody cross your fingers. Hope for the best. Finish digging. Peek. No turret. Turn on the light. Flashlight. Peek. No turret. That's suspicious. Is actually no turret. That's interesting. LED tattoo and an alarm system CBM. This is another complaint I have about about things. I was gonna fix this myself like 6 months ago and then forgot about it. Basically, the CBM vaults contain, most of the time they contain duplicates of themselves. So like you go in and it'll have like 4 battery system CBMs, which I find annoying, but it's not really easily circumvented. However, most of the time when you come in these, instead of having, it's literally a vault inside of a like government lab. You expect really valuable things, and what did we get? We got an LED tattoo, which is like, why would this be in a vault in a secret lab? This is something you would find. It's just so basic, and this is what we got. We got that and an alarm system. Why are there no military CBMs in these ever? Why do I never find anything good? I was gonna fix this, but I couldn't find in the files where the actual CBM vault is located. I couldn't actually find the dang thing. Because I really feel like they should have more CBMs and they should be like better quality CBMs. So that is disappointing. Now imagine if we had gone in there and used our only EMP grenade, and all we got out of it was the LED tattoo. I would have been seriously angry. But anyway, I'm feeling a little complaining. I don't really want to make that kind of content today, so I think we're gonna wrap the stream. Thanks everybody who came out. How are we doing on viewers? Click. 5 viewers. Yes. Thanks to the 5 of you who have come out. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you had a good time. I'll be back probably tomorrow playing some Symphony of the Night, Castlevania. So thanks to everybody who came out. And yeah, we're going to wrap here. So I will see you in the next episode. Or stream. Next stream. I'm used to YouTube. Sorry about that. See you in the next stream.